Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to So Bad It's Good, presented by Betches Media. Today, we have an icon with us. Yes, she is on a show I have been talking about now for the last 2 weeks because I think this keeps getting better and better. And if you have not hopped on board yet, you better hop on board because we left off with a big cliffhanger. You know her from Bachelor Nation, okay? But now she is on this show, House of Villains on E! And it brings back these supposed villains, which I need to know how she feels about even being a villain. But you got Jax Taylor from Vanderpump. You got Amarosa. You got New York. You have so many villains packed into this house. And I think it gets better week in, week out. But she is making a huge splash. She was just on Watch What Happens Live this week. I loved her on that. I need her back on our reality TV show screens. But let's find out what she's up to. And also, I need to find out where we left off because at the end of the second episode, it's down between Jax Taylor, who we have a long history with on this show, and our next guest. So without further ado, welcome Corinne Olympios. Corinne, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so excited. Thank you for having me.
You have been on a whirlwind press tour. I am seeing you everywhere, and I got to tell you, I am not mad about it. Like, I have missed you. Do you like being back on television?
I could not feel more at home being back on TV. I think the world needed a little Corinne 2.0.
So you are admitting this is Corinne 2.0, and then eventually we're going to get you on another show that's Corinne 3.0, and I really need that. I just need to because I'm a fan of this show. We left off on episode 2. You and Jax were on the block, and I need to know, this is going to be out after the third episode airs. I need to know now who gets sent home, you or Jax. Yes! We did it! We did it, America! Woo! I got so scared, Corinne. I was like, I thought you were going to go home. How does that feel being in that situation? You've got Joel McHale, you're strapped to a seat. I mean, that's got to be insane anyways, to have all those lights on you. What are those moments like? Do you actually feel the tension?
Oh my God. I am shocked you can't see how bad I was shaking on camera. I am shaking like a freaking leaf. I'm dripping sweat. Like, I was like gonna burst into tears. Like, oh my God, it was nuts. Like, you're in that chair and you're like, I'm about to fly through this freaking wall right now. Like, I'm not down.
And so you've made a lifelong enemy in Jax now because he's never going to forgive you for being sent home.
Never. He's never gonna forgive me.
Which, by the way, what's that?
He hates me.
I was hearing the story about you seeing each other at dinner, and you were kind of in his face joking about it. And I don't think he's very humorous when it comes to himself.
Oh, no. Humor about himself? Absolutely not. He is so just like, everybody knows who I am, and blah, 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 and I'm the coolest, and I'm the main, and I'm this, and I'm just like, no, you're not.
Okay, so we already know you from Bachelor Nation, which has its own layer of intensity. It's an insane fandom, but you get approached to do this show, House of Villains. What is your first reaction even being approached to do this show? Is there wait, why am I being considered a villain, or were you totally on board?
I don't take villain as like a negative term. I think a reality TV villain is just like, listen, there are some people who did some people dirty, but like for me, it was more just like, I'm a villain because like I was just like not caring. I was being myself, joking around, being a normal person, taking naps, just
Taking naps.
I'm very sex forward. I'm always going to be like so authentically myself and unapologetically myself. And that's not going to change whether there's cameras on or off. So.
Yeah, so you're uniquely yourself, but I think it's great. I mean, at first I was like, this is going to be a mess, but then it's kind of a delightful mess to watch. I mean, you are sharing a room with Tiffany Pollard, New York, and in the second episode, I mean, you get completely woken up in the middle of the night by Bobby. And I mean, like, how scared were you in that house?
Well, you haven't seen anything yet because there's terrifying things that go down. I was scared when I was woken up. I mean, I knew that it was just like BS. I knew he was just like a little bit tipsy and having a good time, and that's where you see me in New York kind of get into a little tiff because I was like, nothing even happened. And she thought I was talking about like, um, but yeah, that's where I was saying nothing even happened. Like Bobby, just nothing happened. Bobby was just being Bobby. She thought I was like discounting her feelings on Bobby coming into our room and saying like, oh, with Bobby, like, who cares? Nothing happened. But so that was the miscommunication there. But yeah, there's a lot of really fun times, and you just got to take Bobby for who he is. He's just silly.
But you have so many strong personalities in that house. Amarosa already giving you crap in the first episode. I mean, in the first 10 minutes, it seemed like she was already giving you an attitude. I mean, how do you even navigate all of those personalities in that house?
That was my biggest thing is like, holy poop. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people here. No, and I was like, that was the first time where I was like, wow, everybody's like me here. It's like everybody's just being themselves. And like, I was like, whoa. I was like, I get it. I was like, okay, we got to stay, on point on our game right now.
Now I know you've had like a jewelry line, a fashion line. I mean, you have your hands in all of these things, but when you get back on reality television, there's these extreme personalities. Did you watch any of their shows before coming on this? Were you a fan? I mean, like, what do you watch in your normal life?
I am a big like movie girl. I try to stay away from reality TV just because like I do reality TV and I like know the ins and outs. I watch like Say Yes to the Dress and like Below Deck. But, like, I'm a big like movie girl. Like I will go on like I have my like circuits of binges. Like I went through like a Marvel binge recently and then a Harry Potter binge. And then there was a Twilight binge. Now I'm on my Halloween time binge. I just watched a couple of Halloween movies last night. That's my favorite thing to do is like when the day is ending, I put on my candles and I put on Disney Plus and I watch good old fashioned movies.
Now, those are real villains in the Disney movies. Those are actual real. Well, I mean, this will be out like right before Halloween. Do you have any Halloween costumes planned?
I'm obviously going to be a villain.
I mean, right? You have to be. I
I
mean, it's
have
perfect.
I have to be. I'm thinking either like Maleficent or like Ursula. You never know.
Um, you were just on Watch What Happens Live this week, and I loved seeing you on there. You were with Toomey from Below Deck, and you said you
Yeah.
watched Below Deck. Afterwards, they have a Watch What Happens Live after show that a lot of people don't even know about. But
Yeah.
then you started making the press this week because of Scott Disick. People were like, hey, did you ever date Scott Disick? And that made the news. Is it wild that anything that you say seems to kind of be put out there for public consumption? Did
I,
you ever date Scott Disick?
oh my God. The tea. Um, uh, why? Um,
Why
um,
would it be bad to date Scott Disick? I think that would be a cool thing.
no, it is. I love him. He's great. He's really nice. He just has, a lot going on with his family and things like that. We stay in touch. I haven't spoken to him in a little bit, but we've definitely like hung out and had some fun times together. He's so funny and so just genuinely like such a good person and such a sweetheart. So I
Was there any
think,
chance for any type of love in the House of Villains for you?
there's some flirty flirts going on.
Is that Mr. Johnny Bananas?
Yes, but as you can see, Mr. Johnny Bananas is a player, and
Yeah.
Corinne does not have time for that. He's flirting with everybody up and down. So I'm just like, you know what? It's fine. Like we're just gonna flirt wrong. We're gonna use this to our advantage. Just be cute and don't take anything too seriously.
Yeah, no, completely. What do we have to look forward to in House of Villains? Because we're only on the third episode, and I'm not sure how many episodes this is. I do not want it to end. But what do we have to look forward to, and what are some of the challenges that you personally face in the show?
Whew. I think it's really like one of the challenges I have moving without giving too much away is like you want to show people that you're trying and you really want, to be a part of it and be there and want the money. But then again, after like perfect example of Jack showing like, how bad he wants it and this and that, then you're seen as a threat. So it's like, do I sit back and
Yeah.
keep so that nobody wants that I'm off everybody's radar? Do I try? That was a struggle for me. I had trouble like seeing like where I need to show effort and where I should have sat back.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like there's a survivor element to this show because you can get kicked off of it and there's prize money at stake. You can win $200,000. So it's interesting because you're like, do you play a social game? Do you play a game that like picks people out? And I'm assuming everybody obviously is after that money. I mean, you have Johnny Fairplay from Survivor who does some of the most underhanded things on reality television, but you actually come off as a genuine nice person. So how hard is it for you to make those kind of like moves that cut people off?
Listen, I mean, you're gonna see me and Amarosa, speaking throughout. There's definitely moments where I'm like, I just have to sit here and fucking swallow this shit, and I have to get along with people right now. I gotta be a team player right now. No matter how much I had to just swallow my boiling blood down when every time I had to talk to her or anyone that I disagree with in the house or be around, which you'll see some other things unfold. Um, there's a lot of really fun, juicy shit that's gonna go down. Excuse my language, but it's just a bunch of shit.
No, you guys, the show gets better and better each week. Like by the end of the second
Does.
episode, I was so fully hooked because the first episode, you're kind of getting to see everybody again. But when
Yeah.
it gets into the minutia of the game, you get into it. Who was your favorite person? Because there's a lot of good times that you see people are actually having as well. I mean, who was your favorite in the house to actually speak with and like the most fun moment for you?
Ooh. I think like I there's so many fun moments I cannot pinpoint one like and we're so early in the game like I really want everybody to like see what goes down um but honestly like one of my favorite moments is the masquerade ball so like
Which is the third
that
episode. We get to see the masquerade ball.
that is so much fun. I had the best night ever. Like that was so fun for me. And Danielle Staub is like amazing. So
Real Housewives of New Jersey, Daniels. That's the other thing, you
and
guys. They have these.
I'm a
What's
Jer-
that?
I'm a Jersey girl. I'm from Short Hills. So like
I mean, that's amazing. I mean, I can't wait to see Danielle Staub on this show. And that's the other cool thing this show does, you guys. They had Carol Baskin on like a video call from Tiger King.
mhm.
By the way, I read a fact. They have a British announcer, this lady that's like, villains, please report to but was that Anna Delvey at
It
first?
was originally Anna Delvey. I'm not sure what happened there. But that was what we were told is that it was gonna be her and it was her. Um and I just don't know what happened there. So I don't really know.
You say that you get emotional. We see that, like, I mean, how many times did you almost break down in tears or break down in tears throughout the filming of this show? Because it seems like every day there is potentially 5 intense moments every day.
Oh, the whole thing is intense. Like I mean, Jax is not wrong when I like almost could have been crying the whole time, but I didn't. I really kept it together, but there are just some moments. I mean, like I'm just so on edge like when I'm up for elimination that it's like, I mean, the littlest thing could set me off. Like I had an allergic reaction to retinol under my under eye and I happened to have been in the sun and my whole face was swollen. I couldn't put on makeup and I just remember laying on the bed being like, and I can't even wear makeup.
That's,
you
by the way,
know,
that's a meme. That's a meme ready to, like, that's going to be a meme at some point. Do you ever consider, though, once the show gets to us, the audience, is there any trepidation or nervousness about how we are going to receive it and to receive you? Do you care about stuff like that?
of course I do. And of course but like I'm not worried about anything. Like I know who I am. I know, the game I played. I'm a I'm a team player and I'm not ever coming for anyone that doesn't come for me first. So like anytime I get in a fight with someone, you will see that they were very disrespectful first and there's a lot of those coming up. But I learned I have to put on my big girl pants and I have to stick up for myself.
So you won't start it, but you will end it.
Exactly. And you're going to wish you never started.
By the way, when you say that stuff, I believe you, and I genuinely get a little scared. So that's, I think that's very effective.
I think
Um,
people like when I'm dating like guys, they're like, I'm actually so afraid of you.
wait, okay,
Like,
wait.
you are the scariest kind of person ever. Like small, blonde, bubbly, and happy, and then when you get mad, oh fuck no.
I love I love that you just admitted that. I also want to say congratulations. This is the top rated show that E has had, like the biggest premiere numbers, like in the last like 3 or 5 years, which is
I
insane
know.
because E like kind of got out of that game and they came back strong with this. Like that's got to be so exciting to be part of a show that everybody is starting to watch.
It's really, really exciting. And believe me, it does not go unnoticed. The whole cast was texting. We're all really thankful and so excited. And we just want to entertain everybody and really just make sure everyone's enjoying it. And we are really excited. And we were definitely celebrating yesterday in our own ways. And it's so nice and just so much fun. And like, I also have my sister who is on Surviving Paradise right now on
Yeah,
Netflix.
which is on Netflix, you guys. I saw that the other day.
Top 10. So her and I are just celebrating and just like really basking in this and being there for each other. And it's so exciting to be coming up and having like such positive reactions from viewers at the same time and like celebrating together. Like this is the most fun time for me. And I really just want to like something I always wish I could go back to Bachelor and just really enjoy like my come up because like there was a point where I was on the cover of every magazine. Everybody wanted to talk to me. I was like super hot at that time and like I just sometimes wish I could have just like realized and enjoyed it more. So me and Taylor are like, no, we're gonna enjoy this together. We're gonna bask in this. We're gonna make the most of every moment and really just like enjoy our freaking time right now.
But I love that you have a different perspective. This is Corinne 2.0,
It
and
is.
this is happening again for you through House of Villains, which I think is, and what you said earlier is so true is that, villains is a term, but this is kind of a celebration of all these people that we watched and loved and made moments for reality shows that we dearly love, which you are such a huge part of this. You just mentioned the text thread. Is everybody from House of Villains on this text thread? Is even Jax Taylor on this text thread?
Jax has left the chat.
It's amazing. Of course he did. He's like, I can't. I'm filming cameos.
And
Are
let
you
me
kidding
tell
me?
you, he went out with a bang, honey.
On the text
But
thread?
that's not my drama to tell.
Oh my God. Okay, so we've got the third episode premiering obviously this week. You can stream this everywhere. We have so much to look forward to. The Masquerade Ball. You've got, I mean, when you approach a talking head, now that you're used to doing this through Bachelor Nation and this, do you have like I turn on the Corinne when I get in front of just a camera and it's just me talking? Because you seem to have mastered the talking head.
What do you mean by talking head?
Like when they just interview you separately.
Oh. Yeah, my interviews. No, I'm always myself. I'm never like, oh, I gotta turn it on, I'm just like I sometimes I almost feel like maybe I should have turned it on a little bit more. But I can't do the whole like I'm just always gonna be me. When people meet me, they're
Yeah.
like, oh, like you literally are you. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, isn't it refreshing?
No, it is really refreshing, but it made me realize how much I miss seeing you on TV. And
Oh,
I
thank
thought, oh, this
you.
is great. So it's going to be really interesting to see because House of Villains kind of like that's what I guess as we wrap up here, what is next for you? That you are on a top rated show right now. Like is E going to do like a Corinne dating series? Is he like, what are the possibilities from this?
That's really funny that you say that. There is something in the works there.
There should be something in the works. I think we see that you actually are meant to be here. Because then in my head, I was like, oh, I wonder if she would ever like act like she was a waiter and work at like Sir or Top. Like, could we get her into the Bravo sphere? Could we get her back on I don't even know what you would be able to do on Bachelor. We don't want you on Golden Bachelor, even though it's a good show, but we want to see you somewhere. I mean, in your dream, where do you head from this? In your like dream vision board head?
All the things. All the things. There's a lot of really good things cooking. Can't really like announce anything officially just yet, but you're definitely gonna see me more on television. That's definitely happening.
No, I mean, listen, I think you pop, and like I said, just seeing you even on Watch What Happens Live was just amazing to see, and how you handle yourself even there. I was like, oh, we need her kind of in more spaces, which is really great because you really do just pop on screen.
Thank
You guys, House of Villains. It's every Thursday on E. You can stream it anytime. You can add it to your DVR. You can binge it. It's going to be the perfect thing to watch this weekend. I'm telling you, you are going to love it. Corinne, obviously, you can follow her on Instagram. Everything Corinne will be there. And also, I guess, congratulations for getting Jax Taylor off of this show. I think a lot of people, you are now a folk hero. You are a hero to America, Corinne.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm so excited. And thank you for having me on.
Well, I hope to talk to you more someday, and I just can't wait to see what you got next.
Absolutely. Anytime. Thank you.